Dr. Mindy here, and on this video, we're going to ask the question that I get over and over and over again. Is intermittent fasting safe for women? I got to help you think this through. Okay, women, I really want to help you think this through. I am here to tell you that women thrive with fasting. We just have to do it differently. So I want to walk you through the thought process on this so that you never fall prey to one of those media headlines again, or you just get discouraged from fasting when a friend tells you, it's not good for women. Let's actually think this through. So the first question to ask yourself is, why wouldn't it be safe for women? Literally, let's think about that. Why wouldn't it be safe for women? That would be like saying exercise or sleep is not good. It's better for men, but it's not good for women. That doesn't make sense. Fasting is a healing state that your body wants to thrive in. So when you take your food and you compress it in a short eating window, leaving a longer period for fasting, your body heals. Now, women, we do need to do this little approach to fasting a little different. Exercise is a great analogy. Yes, women and men can exercise very similarly, but we also have some nuances, especially after 40. When we get past that age of 40, women, as our hormones go down, we especially need to fast a lot different. We need to exercise a lot different. So it's a healing state, but we need to take into consideration our sex hormones. So men, you have testosterone driving you. Yes, you have estrogen. Yes, you have a little bit of progesterone, but the main hormone that drives your moods, your behaviors, your sleep, your body is testosterone. Women, we have 3 sex hormones that we've got to think about. We've got to think about estrogen, progesterone, and testosterone. And because of that, these 3 hormones in women like to be treated different, especially when it comes to the foods we eat and the way that we fast. So that would be the first thing I want you to realize, is that you're dealing with different category of hormones, whereas men, you're just dealing with testosterone. So second thing is, when we look at doing it different, we have to say we're doing it different because our sex hormones require that we do it different. Okay, third thing I want to talk about is fasting is not calorie restriction. I am going to pull my hair out if I get one more question, if I get stopped at one more seminar where somebody wants to rattle off some new fasting research that they found that says fasting is bad, and then when I ask them, did they use the word calorie restriction in the study? What people 9 out of 10 times will tell me is, oh yeah, they mentioned something about calorie restriction. Fasting is not calorie restriction. Calorie restriction diets over time will change your set point. Dr. Fung taught us that in the obesity code. We know that if we limit the calories in and we do more exercise in the calorie output category, what happens is that we start to change our set point, making it more difficult to lose weight. Fasting's not that. What I'm asking you to do is to take your eating window and compress it into a finite period of time. And when you eat, make sure that you eat. The other thing we know is that we've gotten a lot of bad rap in the fasting world about it tanking thyroid. So I also want to make sure that you understand that a lot of the studies that are coming out about fasting hurting the thyroid, most of them, all the ones I can find, are showing that they did calorie restriction, not time restriction, with the women and men in that study. So please know there's a difference between calorie restriction and time restriction. What I am advocating for on this channel, what I advocate for in my Reset Academy, is that we do time restriction, and then once you open up that window, that you decide to eat. You got to eat, and you got to eat good food. Okay, fourth thing I want to mention is, well, what is it? Is fasting just skipping food? Is that all I'm doing? No, actually, there's a lot to fasting. It's not just about taping your mouth shut and deciding I'm not going to eat. there's actually more to that, and I've explained it a lot here, but I want to just give you some checklist highlights. This is especially important for women. What I want you to know is your minerals matter. So if you're not doing like a mineral pack like Element, we love Element, magnesium, potassium, and sodium packet in your fasting window, amazing. Also, women, I want you to know that amino acids really matter. They help you make hormones. So when we're not bringing food in, we're not bringing minerals in, and we're not bringing aminos in. So you can do aminos in your fasting window if you're not concerned about taking yourself out of autophagy. If you're wanting to stimulate autophagy and keep yourself in that autophagy state, then add those amino acids into your eating window. But if there are two nutrients that women fasters need to get into our bodies on a consistent basis, it's minerals and amino acids, because those two make hormones. So know that that's key when you're looking at what to have in your fasting window. The other thing, women, we need to fight for muscle, especially after 40. After 40, what's going to happen is that your ovaries are going to go into retirement. It takes about 10 to 15 years for them to go into retirement. And what will happen is they're going to pass this job of making these miraculous sex hormones, estrogen, progesterone, and testosterone. Going to pass that over to your adrenal glands. And your adrenals, if you're already stressed out, you're already living your life right to that edge of insanity because you're so busy, then what your adrenals are going to do is they're going to break down muscle so that the aminos in the muscle, they can use that to make hormones. So please help your muscles out by breaking your fast with protein. And I specifically like women to break their fast with 30 grams of protein because that helps stimulate mTOR, so it helps to build muscle. The more muscle you have, the more insulin receptor sites you have. So ultimately, long term, that's not just going to help hormonal production, but it's going to make you more insulin sensitive. So, and then when you go into eating, I've done a ton of different types of diets and eating styles here on my channel. In the book, I have 2 different eating styles. I've got ketobiotic and I've got hormone feasting foods. Hormone feasting foods are really fun. Okay, check this out. I have a free fasting guide for you all. It's free. And it's going to teach you all the basics of fasting. It's going to teach you how to kill hunger when you fast, which is really cool. And it's going to show you how to break your fast, among many other things. All you got to do is click on this link right here and enjoy. Okay, last thing, 5th thing. What do we know? What do we need to know as women to succeed at fasting? So the reason I wanted to leave this for the end is I wanted to walk you through the thought process. So a large part of what I'm doing here with you all is educating you so that you can think for yourself. But if I just spoon feed you and say, do this, don't do that, then I'm just a YouTube video handing out information. That's not what the purpose of my channel is. The purpose of my channel is to make sure you are getting educated on the best way to take care of your body. So here we go. This is how it looks for women that are cycling. Postmenopausal women, sit tight. I'm going to talk to you here in a moment. So if you're a cycling woman, from day 1 to day 10, this is when estrogen is coming in. Estrogen loves when you fast. Keep insulin down. So you can go into your longer fast. You can go into 24-hour fast. You can stretch your fast. You can push your fast from day 1 to day 10. As you move into ovulation, you've got estrogen at its peak, you've got progesterone, you've got testosterone. They all come in spades during ovulation. It's like your superhero cape you get to put on. In the book, I call it the manifestation phase because really you can manifest anything at that point. That's the time you want to be about medium fast. You don't want to go into 17 hours or more because you'll start to create more of a detox reaction in your body. When hormones are high and you have a detox reaction, you don't have a happy woman. So let's keep it 15 hours and under. When you come out of ovulation, around day 16 to 18, you can go power up those fasts again. Go into the longer fasts. I call that the power phase, and then the week before your cycle, I call the nurture phase, and this is where you want to nurture yourself and you don't want to fast because progesterone's coming in. And if progesterone could talk to you, she would say, could you chill out a little bit? Can you not fast as much? Can you not exercise as much? Could you sit on the couch and just chill out? Could you nurture yourself? Could you eat more carbohydrates to raise your glucose? These are all the conversations that progesterone is having with you just through cravings and your behaviors. So that's the standard way we look at the woman's menstrual cycle. For postmenopausal women, I like a 5-1-1 for postmenopausal women. 5 days a week, intermittent fasting. 15 to 17 hours, that's perfect for you. 1 day a week, let's stretch your fast. Let's go to 24 so that we can get gut repair, and then 1 day a week, don't fast. If you follow that 5-1-1, you are going to satisfy all those hormones. So there you go. Obviously, I have a lot to say on it, 83,000 words worth, but here is a YouTube video helping you understand the basics of why we thrive with fasting. Okay, where are my gals that are struggling with hormonal imbalance? Bloated, feeling like you're not making progress with weight loss? You need to add these foods in so that you can support better hormonal health. There is a lifestyle that estrogen wants you to live, and there's a lifestyle that progesterone wants you to live.